My favorite statement or quote, what have you, is from Demis Hassabis, the founder of DeepMind. He said, "We live in an era where it's imperative to learn how to learn."
Yes.
That really resonated with me because, like, you ask yourself, everything that we do now, because whether it's coding, whether it's writing proposals, all that busy work that's now in between has been compressed, call it like now it's 70 to 90% or whatever faster. That compression, that time being freed up. Well, what do you do with it? You learn more, you come up with more ideas. Now we are finally back at that stage anymore. There's no such thing as like a dumb idea anymore, because now we can actually, ideate and
You can try
actually
it out. You
fake it
can
out.
build it.
Try it out.
But I
Fake it
think
out.
software people who are passionate, always wanting to learn more, understand shift, you know, they'll ride this out and they'll find their new roles and slots because I understand that is a constantly changing world. I mean, I remember when I was back when people would let me code, I would go to the Borders bookstore to pick up whatever new Rocks book or Microsoft Press book was out that week and just inhale it, just to see where everything goes. And you have that constant search and seeing where this is going next, understand this piece is going next. If you understand that that's the gig, you'll find a place. It's going to be more competitive for jobs. The jobs aren't going to pay as much, but you'll have no trouble if you can deliver that constant newness and constantly learn. It's key. I have a sidebar story with this, Gary.
Mhm.
Years ago, I hired this guy and he seemed super sharp. He did well in the coding pieces. And he had announced in one meeting that he was going to do Android development for the rest of his life. He wanted to do Android development for the rest of his life and his whole career doing that. And I had an aside with him. It's like, if you think that's how this works, you do not understand what you've embarked upon as a career. You do not understand because it's not, we look at all the technology shifts, and there's a lot of this old is new again, is that it's always been constantly shifting. And the difference with this particular change is that this moves everything. This isn't like going from Objective-C to Swift or, it's not that kind of change. It is something where you are, you have to change your thinking and how you solve problems. It's the moment. It's like that magic moment when that glass rectangle that you have the smartphone thing, that it
Yeah.
changes. This fundamentally changes everything about what you do. And the cruelty of it in this space and the task-based labor piece is we spend so much time talking about developers because they were the ones, everyone went after them first
Mm.
because lots of training data, incredibly expensive. You'll pay a lot for the compute to replace someone. If I can replace somebody making $160,000 a year plus benefits, everything on top of that costs me over $200K. If I can go take that person out, I will. It's a much easier ROI to sell than replacing a receptionist. Than replace that. The ROI, yeah, you can use AI to replace receptionists, but the challenge is that they like talking to receptionists. Everybody likes Glenn, you know, that you have that, that there's value there beyond the tech. But for, dealing with that awful guy, Brian, who always grumbles at me when I tell him there's a bug in the code, the very first thing I can do when I have that ability is I want that person gone. And that attitude in those pieces is that, again, know our people, there are folks who will not be in this field, you know, and I'd say I'd give out somewhere like 5 years, whatever. I already know the ones who aren't going to make it this year. I mean, it's just, you can tell the shift is happening, either get it or you don't.